Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of blackboarding every map in BTD6. Today we are on episode 40, another milestone in the series, and to celebrate we're going to be taking on yet another expert map. We've got some options to choose from. We could do Muddy Puddles, we could do Quad, or we could do Sanctuary. And today we are going to be taking on Sanctuary. I do have the half cash badge, so I'll show you guys how I got that. Alright, here's what we did for Sanctuary. I just got 2 druids after getting Oban, and you know what the drill is. You go 0-3-0 druid with the Comanche, and then, you know, I got a super monkey for support, and this was allowing me to absolutely destroy this run, and all we have to do is just wait for the ZOMG to get popped, use a couple more abilities, and there we go. That's the half cash run for Sanctuary. But let's get into the run without further ado. The hero for today is going to be Striker Jones, and I'm using the Octo Jones skin because that will complete the hero skin trio for Striker Jones in the series. And let's get into the run. Alright, let's get into it with a double Desperado start. Number 1 is going to be right here, and number 2 is going to be right here. And with these 2 placements, we should be able to take out the first 2 rounds. And then at the end of round 7, we can get a 3rd Desperado. You just want the range border to be below the bottom leaf of this little vine before they split, because then he can pop that last red balloon. And then for round 8, we can get a 3rd Desperado. I don't think that the placement is pixel perfect, but as long as it's kind of off to the left of the circle at the bottom of the top platform. I know that's a lot of directions, but this circle, you want the Desperado to be on the left of it. And then we should be able to beat the next 2 rounds, 8 and 9. And then at the end of round 9, we can get another tower, which is going to be a sniper. And I know it looks weird, but I'm going to put the sniper on last for a little while. And then whenever the grouped blues come out, I'm going to switch it to strong for a couple shots, and then first. So I'm going to look on the left side here for those grouped blues to be coming out. And that's right about here. Now I'm going to move the sniper to strong. And I'm in the position I want to be in. Now that we have 4 balloons left, I'm going to put the sniper on first. Sometimes it happens to where you get to like 4 balloons left, and then the sniper pops one balloon comes down this way, and 2 balloons come down this way. As long as the sniper's on first, when you have those 3 balloons left, it'll snipe this one over here, and then the last one that comes through, it'll snipe it right before it gets through. I might show an example on the screen, but there's a couple different ways to beat round 10. There's a little bit of RNG, but luckily it's on a round that's early in the run, and not like around like, oh, 75, you need RNG to beat this round. No, it's round 10. You know, if you have to restart 5 rounds, so be it. It takes you like a minute or 2. And just like that, we have the Striker Jones money on round 13. I'm going to put him right over here just to where I can put a bomb shooter in between Striker and the Desperado. Honestly, looking at it, I don't think I've given myself a ton of room. It doesn't matter if I have room for a small platform tower, because the bomb is not a small footprint tower, so, oops. Alright, round 14. Okay, we did leave enough room, that's good. Alright, we're not putting a bomb shooter down for round 15, rather we are doing a 2nd sniper. For round 15, we're going to have both snipers set on strong, and then if we need to use a striker ability, we can, but it looks like we don't need to. And we can keep on chugging along through these rounds. Alright, sniper able to take out the blues. And we are good to go. Alright, now we can get the bomb shooter. We could have got it before round 17 as well. And then I'm going to get extra range and frag bombs. And then I'm going to put both of the Desperados on strong at the end of round 18. Both of the Desperados that are on the rotating platforms in the middle, like on the left and right side. So the top one next to the bomb shooter stays on first. The other 2 Desperados put on strong. and then move the right sniper to first, keep the other one on strong. Those are going to be our targeting options for round 19. This allows more consistency. As you can see, we don't have any difficulty with the round. I am going to use a concussive shell for round 20 because I was spooked by the yellow. And then I'm going to play 21 out real slow. And I'm going to spam the cluster bombs. And if you need to put the other sniper on first, once you get the clusters, you can. In my case, I don't need to, which is good. And then I'm going to get rapid reload for round 22. And as long as everything doesn't pop down at the same time, we shouldn't have any issues. Oh, I'm going to need to use a concussive shell for 23 because the bomb shooter missed a little bit. But there we go. Now on the right sniper, we can get night vision goggles for round 24. And we can keep on upgrading our bomb shooter. We'll get missile launcher. And now we actually won't upgrade it for a little while. The next upgrades, we're going to be getting our sniper upgrades. And that is going to start with full metal jacket at the beginning of round 26 on the sniper that is set to strong. And then for round 27, I'm going to get shrapnel shot on the night vision goggles sniper. And then I'm going to work on getting him up to a full auto rifle. The next 4 upgrades in this run are all going to be sniper upgrades. And it should be pretty easy, so I'm going to work on getting semi-auto and then full auto. We should be able to get that before round 40, so I will speed up the 30s because there's not really any difficult rounds. And I'll see you guys when I have the money for full auto. Alright, we have the full auto rifle before round 40. And then I'll get an alchemist as well. And get acidic mixture dip. And then as soon as the mod pops, I'm going to use a concussive shell from Striker Jones. I don't know if it's needed to beat the round, but it definitely helps. And since we don't need to use one for 41, and it's a really quick ability cooldown, we can just spam them out whenever we want. Alright, I'm going to get perishing potions as well on the alchemist. So it's going to be a 3-2-0, buffing up the full auto rifle. And now we have a couple more things to do before saving up into our tier 5 to carry the mid game. One of those is buy recursive cluster on the bomb shooter. And then there's one more thing. And that is to get a monkey village with grow blocker and radar scanner. As silly as it sounds, we need this to beat round 59. Otherwise, we will not have any camel lead detection. So once we have the money for radar scanner, we will buy that up. And now we can save up for our bomb blitz. It's a $32,000 upgrade. We are not going to need to do anything until I think round 61 or 60. So I'll see you guys then. There are some rounds in the 50s where you can use concussive shell abilities. I would recommend 54, 55, and 57. So if you think that you need to use some, feel free. And I'll see you guys on round 60. Alright, we've made it to round 60, and honestly, 2 of the toughest rounds of the entire run are coming up here on 61 and 62. Not notoriously difficult rounds, but since we are saving up for bomb blitz and our defense is pretty thin, these rounds can be a doozy. I'm going to set the sniper to strong for round 61, and I'm going to micro it to first whenever I see that it needs to utilize its shrapnel on the bends, like right down here. So I'm going to just kind of rotate it between strong and first. Here we go. I'm going to use a concussive shell, and I'll probably keep him on first for the rest of this round. Oh my goodness, and we're dead. No, we're not. Oh my gosh, the alk buff came in so clutch. Ooh, yeah, 61's difficult. It's really difficult. I don't know if there is RNG with the round. If there is, that would suck. But we're alive, and we should be able to get Bomb Blitz before the end of the round. I'm not going to use any concussive shell abilities until the first fortified Moab comes out. So what I'm going to do is, as soon as this Moab gets popped, I'm going to put the sniper on strong and make sure it targets this fortified Moab. And then as soon as it starts to get to the bend, I'm going to put the sniper on first and use concussive shell. And then I'm going to spam Bomb Blitz ability and then spam the level 10. Spam the level 10 striker ability just in case the sniper is not able to pop the leaks from the second fortified Moab. And then the Bomb Blitz ability will go off before you die as long as you have used the level 10 ability. So luckily in my case, the sniper was able to clean up because the Berserker Brew was placed on him at the perfect time. But with that being said, to avoid RNG, you want to spam the Bomb Blitz, upgrade, and then use the level 10 ability as soon as you can. But now that we have the Bomb Blitz, we are smooth sailing. The rest of the run should, in theory, be a piece of cake. So the next thing I'm going to do is get primary mentoring on this village. And then I think I'm going to work up to a Moab Elim, because we do need... we have two weaknesses with the rest of this run. One of them will be DDTs, and the other one will be around 100 bat damage. The way that we're going to beat the DDTs is a little bit kind of off the beaten path. But it's going to work. And I need to find a place to put this alchemist. There we go. We're going to get an alchemist up here to alch buff Striker Jones and the Bomb Blitz. I am going to get primary mentoring first. And then I'll work towards the Berserker Brew and Stronger Stem. And then I'll get Perishing Potions as the cross path. But yeah, now that we have Bomb Blitz, the run becomes very easy all the way up until free play. So I'm just going to get this up to a 3-2-0 for now. And then when we get enough for Stronger Stem, I'll buy that up. And then the next thing I'm going to do is work towards a Moab Eliminator. And I'm going to put it... Let's see, if I gave myself enough room, I know it's a bigger footprint. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. I was hoping I could put it next to the Desperado under the water pool, but it looks to be that that is not the case. As the platform has shifted, there's still not space. That's slightly unfortunate, but we do have enough for Stronger Stem now, so we'll be okay. Alright, I kind of shot myself in the foot with where I placed my village, but that's okay because I have a different solution. And that solution falls under the name Carpet of Spikes, baby. Yeah, we're doing Carpet of Spikes as our secondary tier 5. I know we're not using any new tier 5s in this episode, but we literally have 3 left. And I don't think anybody has ever used Megalodon, Ultra Boost, or Trade Empire in a Sanctuary Chimps run. Actually, I'm sure that Chom has done Trade Empire, but they're just unoptimal. I can use them on an easier map and have more success with it, kind of show it off a little bit better. But now is not the time on a difficult expert map like Sanctuary. And as you can see, the Bomb Blitz is continuing to put in work. Striker Jones is level 17, so he is rearing his head towards level 20. And we're about $20,000 away from Carpet Spikes, so the save up's looking good. And we can just continue making money. 83 and 84 should give us a lot of money, so hopefully we can get within $10,000 of carpet by 85. It might be difficult to complete the save up, but if we can get through like 85 and 87, I think we'll be okay. We even have Bomb Blitz abilities to save us. But I mean, look at this damage. Bomb Blitz is putting in absolute work. Sniper's helping with cleanup, and we have a Carpet of Spikes ability just waiting for us. So I'm going to use one of the Spike Storm for the first ZOMG. And then I'll use a Concussive Shell for the end. And then if I need to use Concussive Shell for 86, I will, but it looks like we're handling just fine. We got one more Fortified BFB, and we survive. We're only $5,000 off now. So I will wait until these ZOMGs get a little further, use one Spike Storm, and use a Concussive Shell to stun. And then I am going to use the artillery command after my Bomb Blitz is activated to make sure that if we leak to anything else, the Bomb Blitz ability can go off again. If you're not aware, the Bomb Blitz ability, the level 10 is useful for if your Bomb Blitz has to be activated, the level 10 artillery command resets the ability. And it allows you to use it again. So you can leak two things in a span of 2 seconds and you won't die in chimps. It's kind of overpowered, but that is the way it is. And at the end of round 88, we have our Carpet Spikes, which is awesome. The rest of the run should be easy now. We can get Stronger Stem for round 90. That way the Spike Factory is also getting alk buffed. And I think that the Spike Storm ability that it threw just ate the entire alk buff. So I'm a little curious as to how the Berserker Brew is distributed with the Carpet of Spikes, but okay. Now that I have some extra money, I'm gonna go for a Moab Glue, a 013 to slow down the ZOMGs, and then once I have the money for Relentless Glue, I'll get that up and running as well. I'll use a Concussive Shell now that the ZOMGs are overlapping, and now we have a 014 Relentless Glue. And now with Glue Splatter, and the DDTs are getting shredded, everything is going according to plan. I think the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get Quick Draw and Eagle Eye on the Desperado because we do have free tier 1 abilities, or upgrades, and then I might get a Bounty Hunter. I'm not quite sure yet though. Alright, I would say we can get all our abilities back for 95, but we have no abilities to even get, so. I'm gonna get a Deadeye on Strong, I'll get Standoff as well, and then as soon as we've got the money for Bounty Hunter, I'll get that as well. I'll spam out Concussive Shell abilities because they get off cooldown super fast now that we have Striker level 20. And now that we have our Bounty Hunter, we can start using it on our Bomb Blitz to give it, I mean, is that like, it's like infinite range. So everything, I mean, this is awesome. This is incredible damage. This strategy goes ham. And we can spam out Concussive Shells every 5 seconds. I mean, this is great. We have $12,500 for round 97. I would like to get a debuffer, so I'll probably get a Glue Strike over here as far away from the Alchemist as possible. I hope that the bomb still eats the Alch buff, but I can get a 2-4-0 Glue Strike, and I'll use it for round 97 just to increase the damage. And well, that was some pretty good damage, not gonna lie. Honestly, I don't even think we need anything else. I could go for like a Sabo or a Snowstorm. I'll probably go for Snowstorm because I like it a little bit better than Sabo. To kind of be able to choose when I slow everything down. And then I'll use a Glue Strike, I'll use a Spike Storm, I'll do the marked balloons, and I'll use a concussive shell. And then I have the snowstorm. I'll use snowstorm as soon as it's off cooldown. And then we're gonna activate our bomb blitz ability on 98. That's okay, because we can use our artillery command and have it back up for around 99. And then I'll use another bounty hunter ability for the bomb blitz so that it can attack as much as possible. And we've done it. All we need now is damage. So I'm gonna get deadly precision on the sniper. And I guess I'll get, what's like the best damage? Probably just a Moab Mauler. But I don't want it eating an Alk buff. You know what? Let's get 2 big irons with Bullseye, just to wrap it all up. Then I'll use a Glue Strike and a Spike Storm. I'll use the marked ability, and then now that the B80 is popped, I'll use Concussive Shell. I'll use the Bounty Hunter and Snowstorm, and then just spam abilities as soon as I get them. And that is Sanctuary Chimps with Striker Jones, the Bomb Blitz, and Carpet of Spikes. Beautiful black border. And now let's look at the spreadsheet once again. Nothing new to add, but we can add some different colors. First of all, Striker Jones we've used for the 3rd time, so we can change that to the darker green. The medium green means we've used it twice, and the light green means once. I probably should do like a what's it called? Legend here to tell you guys what's what. But you guys probably know by now. And then with tier 5s, we can go Bomb Blitz, and we can go Carpet of Spikes. And that is an updated look at the spreadsheet as of episode 40. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love each and every one of you. I appreciate you sticking around and watching the videos, especially this late. And, beat any expert map on Chimps with over $40,870 spent on 1 spike factory. I think that is the perma spike, but Carpet of Spikes is more expensive, so we get the achievement anyway. And alright, that's going to be it from me. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.